To end the political crisis in the state. All right, it's another edition of Bystanders at Newsstand on Flip TV. Michael Adekunle. I think I have to go back to what we have on the front page of these dailies. Okay, the Punch newspaper is here with us. The Daily Trust newspaper is here with us. And the Vanguard newspaper. All together, here are the newsstand, and they have different stories on their front pages that we'll be touching this morning. The governor, the incumbent governor of Rivers State, Sim Fubara, and his predecessor, who happens to be the FCT minister, Wike, signed peace agreement to end the political crisis in Rivers State. It's the latest development in the country. Of course, the president of the country, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, waded into the matter in Nassau Villa yesterday. All right, good news all over. The Ondo crisis has ended. The Rivers crisis ended. Though partially has ended. Of course, the deputy governor of Edo State, Shuaibu, still on his ambition to becoming the governor of the state. No matter what is going on, let peace reign. Let peace be restored to these states. That's what we are talking about. All right, Bystanders at Newsstand, your number one super review program on Flip TV, anchored by Michael Adekunle. I have my reviewers set to express their own feelings concerning issues in the country, set to dissect issues with me this morning, and quickly to the Vanguard newspaper. All right, viewers, we appreciate you for always joining us on this program. Esteemed viewers all over the world, thank you very, very, very much. Okay, Rivers crisis, Wike Fubara sign accord as Tinubu brokers peace. On Rivers crisis, Wike Fubara sign accord as Tinubu brokers peace. Now, to the rider, we have Al Tinubu Orderly NSA, that's the National Security Advisor. Other stakeholders resolved the face-off between Fubara and Nyesom Wike. Impeachment moves against Fubara dropped. The impeachment move against Fubara dropped. All matters in court to be withdrawn. That's what we have here. We have G27 leader Amewule recognized as Speaker. Governor to represent 2024 budget to Assembly. Remunerations benefits of all lawmakers reinstated immediately. House to choose where to sit. Names of commissioners who resigned to be resubmitted to the House. Dissolution of local government administrations nullified. Moving on to another one, still on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, Lagos tops IGR list with 651 billion naira. Lagos tops IGR list with 651 billion naira to the next one. Fake employment. Over 1,000 Nigerians stranded in UK, says IOM. And to the other one, we have on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper, Tinubu promises to uphold media freedom, respect divergent views. On to the next one, Daily Trust. We trust that Daily Trust will give us beautiful stories on its front page. Not out of school children, population time bomb. Not out of school children, population time bomb, says federal government. 680,000 in Kaduna, over 500,000 in Gombe. Out of school children, about 680,000 in Kaduna, and we have over 500,000 in Gombe. Bauchi mobilizing resources for educational projects, says Bala Mohammed. 3,963 teachers in public schools failed qualifying exam nationwide. Over 50% of private schools teachers unqualified, says TRCN. To the next one, we have another story here. This is a sad one. Abducted 150 Maru villagers. 3 dead as bandits remain silent on ransom. That's the state of insecurity in the country, especially kidnapping in Nigeria. That's what the Daily Trust newspaper is saying on page 3. Abducted 150 Maru villagers. 3 dead as bandits remain silent on ransom. To the next one, we have Bayelsa, Kebbi, Taraba. Others can't survive without FAAC disbursement. That's what the reports here is saying. Tinubu pledges to review policies on newspaper industry. I think that will be a good one if the president can really do this. Down the paper, resigned commissioners to return as Tinubu resolves Wike Fubara feud. All right, the Punch newspaper. What was the Punch saying at the newsstand this morning? I hope the videographer has displayed that. The Punch newspaper at the newsstand this morning. National Assembly may pass budget Saturday. 541 MDAs and defense as defense. 541 MDAs and defense. All right. To the next one, down the paper, Tinubu to review policies affecting newspaper industry. Editors launch trust fund. 2 killed as fire raises late Alawa Kela's residence. Husband kills wife over food in Lagos. We have different stories here. We won't go beyond these stories on the front pages of these dailies. And of course, our reviewers are right here to dissect issues with me. Like I said earlier on, quickly to the comment section. Morning, Abu Monsoy Africa King Cross. Thanks for joining us. Frank Ibe, Udezi Chima. Thank you so much for joining us. Dutch Pound is here. Frank Ibe, Mr. Mike, Nigeria is finished. Oh, all right. That's a comment by Frank Ibe. Michael, good morning to you. How are you doing?
Good morning. Michael.
All right. There is one particular story I've not read out. Pope Francis okays blessings for same-sex couples. Pope Francis okays blessings for same-sex couples. This is one of the topics we're treating this morning. Michael, good morning to you once again. All right. Bystanders at News Change, your number one newspaper review program on Flip TV. Being watched by Nigerians all over the world. You're welcome. All right, the feud between Wike and the governor of Rivers State has ended as the president waded into the matter yesterday in Asovila. Would you call this a welcome development? And apart from this, where are the elders in PDP? Why do you allow the president to wade into the matter?
Yes, Adekule, it is a welcome development. Don't forget, whatever will bring peace in that state should be embraced by all well-meaning Nigerians, whether it's coming from the presidency or from any other group at that. I think we should commend the fact that the tension in that state is being brought down as a result of that meeting where all parties appended their signatures to the resolutions of that meeting. So whether it's going to be a lasting one, that is left to be seen. Whether there are jokers in the offing that we are not aware of for now, that is left for us it's left for us to see. But my immediate reaction to that meeting of yesterday is that it's a welcome development. Let there be peace in Rivers State. Let there be no loss of lives and properties, and I think that is what matters to all well-meaning Nigerians for now.
Okay, that is what matters to all well-meaning Nigerians for now. But I asked a question that here are the elders in the People's Democratic Party. Why allow the president, who happens to be an APC member or leader, to wade into this matter? We have the likes of Atiku, and some other politicians in that party.
Don't forget, putting up a meeting spearheaded by the leadership of PDP seems to be difficult at that point in time, and the reason is simple. Don't forget Wike to a large extent. Nelson Wike, the FCT minister, has dissociated himself from the PDP setup, and all efforts to bring him back to the fold has proved abortive. So it has always been difficult to broker a meeting between himself and his godson, Fubara. So at that level, I think they tried to work out something which didn't really materialize. But for the president, the president is seen as the father of all, irrespective of the party that you represent. The president can summon people. The president can call for a meeting, and you won't have any option than to oblige him. I think that was the platform that the president used in ensuring that peace is very restored to that state. So, for me, whether it came from the PDP leadership or the Elders Forum or any other interest group at that, I think what is important is that peace is gradually returned to Rivers State.
All right, so peace is gradually going to Rivers State. Let's talk about the not out of school children population. The federal government has said that this is a time bomb for the country. Of course, I know what you say, that you know that this thing is wrong as the federal government of the country, and people saddled with certain responsibilities, and we are still complaining. About 680,000 students out of school in Kaduna. We have over 500,000 in Gombe. And to me, this is where insecurity, terrorism, spring up in the country. Michael, am I right?
Absolutely. Every uninformed mind is a time bomb in the waiting. And I think the federal government are simply stating the obvious. It just must happen. When people are not informed, it is easy for terrorists to calm them and indoctrinate them and put something else. It's like an empty mind. Whatever you put in stays in there and all of that. So it's a time bomb. The government of the day knows. Past administrations are aware, and particularly governors of those concerned states, especially in the northern part of the country, are very much aware of this time bomb that we have talked about. And what is important is that what are they doing about it? What effort, what programs are they putting in place to address this issue? It is not just about knowing that there's danger when that are supposed to be in school are not there. It is one thing to know that there is a problem. It's another thing to provide solutions. What are the governors of those states doing? Don't forget, these are governors that even take security votes. And these are issues that are going to constitute security threats in the later days. So the governors of the state are to be held responsible. And we are using this platform to call on all these governors, especially in the northern part of the country, to address these issues once and for all. The Almajiri system has proven not to be working in terms of whatever intention the people that set it up have in mind. What is important is people should be educated, people should be informed, people should be allowed to seek and get knowledge, basic knowledge on about life should be at people's disposal. It shouldn't be a luxury. Don't forget, some of these governors unfortunately promote the Almajiri system, yet none of their children are enrolled in those systems. So their their children are in Harvard, they are in Yale, they are in Oxford, and yet you are promoting a primitive ideology that has never helped the society. So it's unfortunate that we are discussing this matter again.
Okay, let's quickly move down to another story. Pope Francis okays same-sex marriage. As a Christian, I know you are a Christian. What color is this painting outside?
Concerning that particular incident, I think the Pope has failed when it comes to giving approval to same-sex marriage. There is nothing confusing about marriage. Clearly stated in scriptures, it is between a man and a woman. Any other thing, you are only playing games. Marriage is between Adam and Eve, and it will never be between Adam and Steve. So the earlier the proponents of this evil ideology realize the truth and embrace it, the better for the entire Christendom. It is unfortunate that it's coming from the Vatican City, where large followership they command large followership and all of that. But let every believer understand that the Bible is the standard. Regardless of who is interpreting it, the Bible is accessible for all. The Bible can be read by anybody that can read. So it's very clear. It is between a man and a woman. There is no technology, there is no system, there is no government that can replace that. The truth is truth. Scripture says, let God be true and all men liars. And that is where I stand on that subject.
Thank you so much, Michael.
Many thanks
for coming on board. Matthew, good morning, and how you doing?
Thank you, Mr. Michael Adekunle.
All right, your colleague just said now, he said that it's an evil ideology blessing same-sex couple. How do you feel about it as a Christian?
Let me tell you that it's quite unfortunate.
Does the Bible condemn it?
It's evil. It's condemnable. It is from the pit of hell. For me, I think that Pope should be examined. Because evidence abound in the Bible that it is God is against it. We all saw what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. How God rained down fire with brimstone to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah because of sexual immorality, same sex. It was a simple case of people having sex with the same sex in Sodom and Gomorrah, to the point that God had to send an angel to look at to see what is happening. And the people wanted to rape the angel. It happened that the angel caused them to be blind, and God destroyed that city. Go and look at Leviticus. God gave instruction that you should not marry same sex. So I challenge the Pope to tell the world where he got the authority from the scripture. If he's representing God, if he's an ambassador of Christ on earth, I challenge him to tell the world where he got the instruction or the directive or the teaching in the Bible. It's not scripture, it's again the scripture. That doctrine or whatever you call it, if on the pit of hell is condemnable, it should be rejected by everybody, including even members of the Catholic community.
Would you tell me that the US President Joe Biden is supporting this?
It doesn't matter who is supporting it. It's evil because God has said it's evil. It's bad.
The former President Trump never supported it, right?
Yes, I'm aware. But what I'm saying is, issue of lesbianism, gay, most of the Western world, they support it. But it doesn't matter who supports it. What is important is the Americans, the British, their standard. Is it the standard of God? Are they the one that should decide for God? Are they the one that should dictate for God? God's injunction is supreme. It's irrespective of whether you obey it or not. If you do not obey it, it comes with consequence. So for me, what the Pope have done is condemnable. It's evil. It's from the pit of hell. And I challenge him to prove me wrong, to show us where he saw that teaching in the Bible. If he says he's working for God, let it show us. Let it show us where he saw that in the Bible. That man can marry man, or woman can marry woman. So I don't know who Pope is representing. I don't think he's an ambassador of Christ. If he is, he cannot be saying things. Do you know how many millions, if not billions, of people that will be deceived? Do you know how gullible people are when it comes to the issue of religion? Do you know what the number of persons Catholic as a community command in the world?
Billions.
So it's quite unfortunate that such could be coming from such status of as the Pope of Catholic.
So what happened to his followers?
There are some gullible ones that will come here and defend him.
Even in Nigeria.
I said there are some gullible ones that will come here to defend him. So what is that not madness?
We have Catholic churches in Nigeria.
I say it's madness.
Catholic church, I don't think all of them will have.
It may not be everybody, but you must see some gullible ones that will tell you that since Pope has spoken. So that is why when you find yourself in such a position, you should be careful. Whatever you say and do must be in synchronization with the scripture. The Bible is very clear. God is God already. God do not need man to become God. God do not need you to. If you go against the scripture, it comes with consequence. How can the Pope be telling Catholic priests that they have right, they can bless same-sex marriage? Is that not madness?
It's been long they wanted to introduce this nonsense to Africa, but we are vehemently rejecting it. This same issue is why they ousted Jonathan from office.
It's madness. It doesn't matter anybody's opinion. It doesn't matter whoever feels offended in the West. I mean the western part of the world. This is madness. It's unacceptable.
All right, let's quickly move down to Rivers State, where we have the incumbent governor, Fubara, Wike, taking the tape. But this one, latest development in that state, the impeachment move against Sam Fubara has been halted, has been dropped, as the president waded into the matter yesterday in Asofia. What do you feel?
I think Fubara is not being tactical enough. Because if you look at what is happening, what happened yesterday, what came out of Asura looked like a command against Fubara. It doesn't seem as if it's a resolution. Look at all the areas of the resolution. One, the president said all the 27 House members who defected to APC should be reabsorbed into the House. They said the governor should go back and submit the budget to a full House. And it's not asking the governor to go back and resubmit names of the 9 commissioners that have resigned from his cabinet back to House of Assembly for consideration as commissioners again. You now begin to ask, the president look as if he want to legitimize illegality. Because these persons have resigned from the party, the constitution abhors somebody leaving after winning election, particularly a senator, that is legislative members of the government, jumping from one political party to another. And the premises upon which they defected have not been adjudged to meet the conditions spelled out by the Constitution. So by so doing, and the president is not asking them to return to, the president is not asking them to return to PDP. And don't forget that in that same meeting where they resolved that thing, the APC Critical Committee chairman in Rivers State, who is an ally of Wike, was in that meeting. So you got to show that Wike will now double as leader of PDP in Rivers State and leader of APC in Rivers State. So what scenario are you bringing out? So for me,
are you saying it's a bad move by the president?
No, I totally conform with Fashola when Fashola said that the president have no role to play in Ondo and Rivers State. I read what Fashola said about it. He's a lawyer. He talked at length with issue with that has to do with Ondo and Rivers State.
Then where are the elders?
The Constitution.
PDP. Where are the elders?
That is the part of the problem. That is the part of the problem. Because even while
they are not saying anything.
Fubara did not go to that meeting alone. He went in company of even Odili, the former governor, and some other stakeholders.
The issue escalated. What did they do?
From what I read, the stakeholders from the state, one, they said that they were the one that advised Fubara not to resign at the point when he wanted to resign. And at the point they say they have made all entreaty to both Wike and Fubara, and they are not honoring the invitation. But the point I'm trying to make is, what precedents are we setting as a people, as a nation? We're a country governed by rules, by constitution. What is happening already have constitutional provisions how it should be addressed. We have plethora of cases in court with respect to what is happening. And Mr. President is asking Fubara to drop all litigation. We saw a similar scenario play out in Edo State.
Now, are we to blame the president for wading into the matter?
What I'm saying is they should have allowed judiciary to address all these issues. Because one, the constitution have said if you defect as a House of Assembly member, as a senator, as a House of Rep member, you are bound to lose your seats. It's another thing to say whether the speaker that got the nod of the court as the legislative speaker that is leading about 4 House members is right. That would have been left for court to decide. Because I understand that a court in Abuja the other day gave an injunction that the seat of those guys should not be declared vacant. So what would have done is let the people who are the local standing to challenge those judgments go to a court of higher jurisdiction, court of appeal, to seek a further interpretation and to resolve those issues. Because what we are doing now, you are creating a lacuna. Creating.
What about first aid? Is that the president first aid? You mean by first aid, what the president did? Or you don't know that it's supposed to be a kind of first aid?
What the president did.
In order for the state not to turn to chaos, or probably to turn to where the governor will not see.
The president merely took side. Yes, that is my. Yes, he took side. Because look at all the issues that were resolved. It were to protect and legitimize Wike's dominance in Fubara's government. Because what they just merely did is to re-engineer Wike's dominance in Fubara's government. Look at it from, I didn't even know that the local government chairman were dissolved, that the guy was to appoint Critical Committee chairman, though that, I think, stakeholder would have challenged that in court, and there's nothing wrong about that. Now, the issue of commissioners who have resigned, these are staunch loyalists of Wike coming back to the party. The issue of the assembly members who defected, they are being reabsorbed into the house. Who hit out before now, their seats have been declared vacant. All these things are trying to re-energize Wike to have dominance in that government. Don't forget that a stakeholder from that state have come out to say, even when the governor wanted to resign, that the issue had to do with the state was getting 10 billion IGR, internally generated revenue, before the governor left office. That when this guy came in, Fubara, the thing dropped to about 6 billion. That at the point the governor had to invite some experts to look into the books, financial books of the state.
Why is the dominance of Wike in that state a problem? I just want to know.
No, it's a problem because according to information in the public domain, the governor is not allowed to exercise the executive power of a governor. Now, the point I was trying to make, according to that stakeholder, that when the financial expert discovered where the money was going, they then already resigned Minister of Finance, disclosed information to their political gladiator, who came with anger, and the fight started. So the question you asked, to answer it directly, it was because the governor is not able to exercise the executive power embedded in his office, owing to the fact that the people around him who are not loyal to his office, but loyal to somebody who they think is the thing God. I think that was the problem.
All right. Adeleke, please can you come over? We're still going to have you as Matthew. All right, you talked about Matthew pinpointing on Wike's dominance in Rivers State.
Oh, well, I can see that who God has destined, either to be popular, either to dominate his mates or his community. God did not create us on equal basis. That's why you see some people being a leader, while some people will be a follower. That's why you see a king in a community, and there will be a kind of some people that will be greeting him every day. That is how God destined it. And nobody can change the destination of God, or how God is going to design his own thing on the earth. God has designed it, and nobody can redesign it. Wike is the kind of a person. We call them erudites. We call them eminent. We call them genius. All sort of another name that you can call such people. They have come to this world to look like that. That's the way God has destined them to become. Wike did not tell anybody presently that he's the members of APC.
But
he's not.
But his body language speaks.
It's just a mere gesture. You are guessing. Because if I'm your boss, I have to loyal to you. If you are my boss, you have to be loyal to me.
Is that why 27 lawmakers defected to APC?
Don't forget that the lawmakers, they have constituents. If it's not okay by their constituents will gather the signatures and they will remove them. That means they're happy for them not to have started putting up or gathering up the signature. That means they are satisfied with what their legislators are doing. That means they are satisfiable with what their representative is doing. We cannot stay in Lagos and be dictating or be insinuating what's supposed to be happening or what's supposed to be a thing of acts in Rivers State. It's not happening that way. For example, we have who is representing us in the Ikeja constituency 1. If the guy is not doing well, immediately people start protesting. If it's not doing well, you start seeing journalists knocking the door in order for people to know that the people of the Ikeja constituency 1, they are not happy. But unlike the one in the River State, they are very, very happy with what their representative is doing.
Now, has the president done well by resolving the crisis?
Absolutely fantastic. I must commend the effort of the president for wading in immediately to the crisis of the River State. The same as Ondo State before he gets to another thing entirely.
Well, you heard what your colleague said now.
See, we have different opinions.
He said
even Fubara, Fashola is just a one out of 1 million lawyers. For the fact that he's the Fashola doesn't mean that he's right. He's the grand commander of Nigeria and whatever. He's the president of the nation. He's the father of all. He cannot open his eyes and allow his state, one of his states, to be manhandled or to get into trouble. That's why I quickly wade into that problem.
Did he wade into the issue because of his own selfish interest?
Why would he? Did you see what has transpired? He said the lawmakers, these 27 or 24 the lawmakers, they should suspend totally or even forget about the issue of impeachment. And that's a very good one.
It's quite obvious.
Fantastic that they can as well just go ahead without even listening to the president because they have their sovereign power. They have their legitimate power. They are not saddled or be under the president of Nigeria. They have their own responsibility. They have objective to perform. They have their own role to being discharged as an assignment given to them. If they lie, they may listen to president. If they don't lie, they may not listen to president. And the president, the father of the nation, talks to them first and foremost before anything. Go and suspend that impeachment saga. I don't want to see you suspending, impeaching, or whatever to your governor. And he said on the other side, so that it won't be as if he's supporting the governor. He said, you governor, let the legislature perform their duty. Let them sit anywhere they like. If they like, they can sit at Tantalizer Ogba. Constitution allows it. As long as they form quorum of 11 out of 24, they can sit anywhere. Let them sit. Don't intimidate them with gun or what have you. He did not use that. Let them sit at anywhere. Thirdly, pay them all their allowances. They can't be working and you not want to pay them because you are fighting. They have their right to collect their salary.
All the remunerations.
Or their renovation, or their wardrobe, or whatever the remuneration belongs to them. They must collect it. At least the Fubara as a person is the most happiest. Because if president actually wants to punish him, he will say, legislator, go and perform your duty. And they will go ahead, they will impeach him, nothing will happen. They will saddle all the men of a hand, as in the security people. They will cover them, they will guard them, like Obasanjo, they will guard them, they will secure them, they will perform their legislative obligation. And the guy will be removed and nothing will happen. But because we have a father who have the love of his citizen at heart, he talked to the first one, he talked to the second one, and he was in the middle. As we speak, Odili is the foundational governor of that particular state. He was happy. He was there. He was happy with the resolution of that meeting.
Now, let me quickly go to the comment section. The meeting is a miscalculation on the part of Fubara. He will suffer at the end because Wike will frustrate him at the long run. Who is a chairman. Frustration
is secondary. The most important thing is that, don't forget that Mr. President is not a judiciary. He's not a member of a judicial, he's not a member of the Judicial Council. He can only wait in the face aid. I don't want you guys to cause any crisis or what have you. So I don't want you guys to fight. Settle it amicably. And that's only what Mr. President, a reasonable president can do. Then, if Fubara thinks that he's not satisfied with what President did, he can as well just go to judicial to go and seek redress. Then the judicial will give him whatever he wants, because he cannot use illegality to win legality. He cannot say because you have 4 legislatures in your capacity, you now use 4 members of it. It's not done anywhere. They did not form quorum. The 4 legislative members are passing budget. Where is it done? If he allows it, that means one person in one state will just bring his, a particular house of member, just one legislator, and they'll pass the bill. Minority. She understand? Minority will see as we experienced it during the Obasanjo, whereby 7 legislators are overriding almost like 14 or 16. It's being called illegality. 4 members out of 27 experiencing and passing the budget of over 800 billion. Where is it done in this world? What Constitution says is that a quorum must be formed before you can even sit at all. A quorum must be formed.
27 House members already left that party.
A quorum must be formed. 27 members did not left the legislature, they left the party.
They left the party.
It's not the party.
They defected.
They defected to party, another party. It is not. They did not defect out of River State plenary session. They defected to another party. They may lie defecting to Labour.
But there's something he missed.
Okay.
What?
He didn't recognize that, rightly or wrongly, a court have legalized or made those minority members what they do legal.
Which court?
The High Court in River State. Go and verify.
Go and stop.
No.
Stop saying this. It's annoying. It's annoying. Let me inform you. You are not informed. Wait.
No. You are not informed. No, you have to withdraw that statement.
See the High Court. Okay. I'm sorry about that. I'm not sorry about that. See, the High Court. Who took the matter to the High Court? Who is the speaker? Who declared the vacancy in the first place? Hello. Illegality. He cannot use illegality to be legal.
The court said it was constitutional.
What? Get my point before you challenge it.
That's what
Okay,
we're trying
okay.
to say.
The point I'm trying to say, I say, rightly or wrongly, court
Okay,
make
rightly or wrongly.
Listen first.
Okay, okay,
Get
okay.
me first.
Okay.
Court make a pronouncement.
That's
It only behoves on that same court or a higher court to undo that judgment. Nobody have right to take laws into his hands. Go and ask any legal
I don't get
person.
that. You have not
What
said
I
it.
said
only
is this.
takes a
That
higher
judgment you
Eh,
think is wrong.
to do what?
That judgment you
I'm
think
not
is
saying
wrong.
any. Wait. I'm not saying any court is wrong or any court is right.
Okay, let
What
me
I'm only
reframe
telling
it.
you.
Let me reframe it.
Okay.
That judgment that recognized the minority as the legitimate speaker and house members.
Okay.
It can only take the judiciary to undo that judgment. Not even the majority 27. That's the point I say you were missing out.
Okay.
By recognizing that the four have no right to approve budget. And the court, rightly or wrongly, said they are the legitimate members.
rightly
Or wrongly.
So what you needed to do is to go back
See,
to that same court.
wrongly. Okay, let me just rephrase your word. Wrongly is all about who took that matter to that particular place. He said, wait now. Rightly is the only, according to section 109, section 1G, is only the speaker of the house, the legitimate speaker of the house, out of the whole house, the one they elected. You know they did the election in their parliamentary session. The only one who can declare the other seat vacant is the speaker of the house, who is part of those 27. If 4 people out of 27 took their matter to where they will find justice, it's left for them. That's why I can believe it.
He's not even still getting the basis. I'm not even supporting anybody in this circumstance.
That's why he
But
used
what
wrongly.
I'm saying is, there is already, whether the person who went to court even have the logo standing or not is not the issue. The court already made a pronouncement that can only be undone by another
higher court.
You
Another
can-
higher court.
In this circumstance, what you can do is,
And that means the pronouncement
listen now first, listen first.
And that's why
The
he said
27
right
can,
or wrongly.
or wrongly.
That means that pronouncement you are sitting on, it is not justifiable, it's baseless.
Is it a biased pronouncement?
it could be biased, but I
It's not-
will listen
so we
to
don't
Falana
even need
on
to
this.
discuss that in the
I will
first
listen
place.
to Falana on this. What he said is that what you can do,
Eh,
you can go back to that same court to challenge that judgment. You can go to court, a higher court, to undo it. Not taking laws into your hands. So,
my brother, who
that's why I
is
said-
now taking laws into his hand? Because one,
Look at how they
whether
took
you like it or
look
not,
at how they took law into their hands.
they've not done
They
election.
were
Wait,
hitting- they
Oga,
were
please,
sitting,
Oga,
having plenary.
I'm still on my point.
Okay,
They are
sorry.
still, wait, my brother, the courts has not declared their seats vacant.
Vacant.
Get that one straight. Number 2, they have not sat down again at the plenary session because the governor of the particular
No,
state
they sat.
has demolished.
They sat.
No, before this, he has demolished where
After
it's
the
supposed
court
to sit.
pronouncement, they sat. I can remind you, they sat.
What is that? They were just went there to just do
I
it.
said they have
They just
plenary.
they went there to do their
In the
normal
legislative quarter.
panacea of we are defected to APC.
God,
That's only what
they
they
have
did.
plenary.
That's not a plenary session.
No, after the demolition, after the court pronouncement, they had plenary.
They go there after the demolition.
Not that they use
Another
legislative
place.
quarter. I dey tell you that they follow the thing now.
My
They
brother,
have plenary.
whether you like it or not, they are still.
No, recognize that after a court judgment, we as Nigeria have no right to do anything apart from maybe that court or a higher court correcting that judgment. That is the point I want you to recognize. So on that basis, they were acting illegally.
See, what people face to realize is that if I want to get justice, I'll get a particular lawyer who is very sound. This magistrate court that you are seeing, I'll go there. I may bribe the judge self. The governor may bribe the judge, and they will give you a very suitable case. I mean, when they wait now, I'm coming. This case is very obvious that the 27 members of the house that defected to APC, their seats still remain relevant. It's the only person. Wait now, that's my own point of argument. It's your own. You have said your own. That 27 people, I learned that 2 people went back or they reversed their defection. They reversed it back. But that 24, you understand? That 24 still remain the legislative member of the Rivers State. And even the Mr. President confirmed it yesterday. They are bona fide members of Rivers State House of Assembly. And 4 people in every assembly, in every house of assembly, in every state. The 4 people can never form quorum. It's only 11 out of that 31.
All right, thank you
Let me
so
remind
much.
you something. No,
Adeleke,
don't
because of our
ask
time.
him to go.
We need to
Before you ask him to go,
attend.
let me remind you something. Sorry. Sorry, Josh. Let me remind you something before you ask him to go.
Okay.
If the effect of that judgment was not potent, Mr. President will not ask that case to be withdrawn.
Which case?
The case that say they were no longer that speaker is no
He
longer
did not
a
even
speaker.
say it.
Mr. President said they should
He did
withdraw
not.
it.
He did not say it.
He didn't even
He
know
only
the
said they
resolution.
withdraw. I listened to it.
Didn't see it.
Go and read the paper.
The judge,
Okay, go and read the paper.
Recognized as the speaker.
Because he was one that's
no,
wait, see
you are
what
not getting this
what
thing.
you misunderstood. Wait, you misunderstood. There are two speakers now.
No,
Okay,
apart
that's
from
right.
these two speakers,
There are two speakers now.
there's nothing is not recognizing. When you seek an injunction, the substances case have not been determined. So the court is just giving injunction depending on when.
mentioning
No,
it.
the point I'm trying
Let me go.
to make is that after the injunction, they were supposed to come to face the real issue. And that is the case Mr. President said they should withdraw. If the thing did not have effect, Mr. President will not be asking that case to be withdrawn.
Wait till be this man name. What's this man name? This son that won the case for Tinubu. What's that lawyer name that won the case for Tinubu? This Yoruba man now. Allah Onipekun. You don't speak English, reach you. You are just a charge and pay lawyer. You know, Mr. Mike. Before we go into the bad, I know we have so many bad conversations to talk about Nigeria. But before we go there, let us celebrate a few of our Nigerians that are doing well. I think yesterday or 2 days ago, Professor Ijeoma Uwangu was elected as the chairman of Oxford rather. She became the president of Oxford, and I think that is something to be proud of. She's in Nigeria, and I think one other Yoruba guy, I can't recall, I think Tolu something also. I think he also made some very interesting strides, even in diaspora. We should be proud of these guys, and I just hope very soon we'll start scoring these goals back home. Then okay, let's go into our usual, fracas.
You were here when Matthew and Adeleke were arguing about River State politics. What's your own take?
See, when the foundation is faulty, there's nothing the righteous can do. Wike and Fubara, I think they have an abominable secret. They have something that cannot be revealed.
Are you sure?
Listen, I saw the hand right from the beginning, and I came here and I stated it. I saw the hand right from the beginning. I said, Fubara forgot to use a long spoon to hit with the devil. Wike is the devil in this situation. And Fubara is not in any way righteous. Let me tell you, Fubara is not someone that respects the rule of law. So when the rule of law is not in any way helping his cause, I don't think anybody should come here. Someone like Mr. Mati should not come here and speak. What gave Fubara the impetus to go and demolish a whole legislative arm of government? It was just one section. It's like you have a 4-bedroom flat and a gatehouse for the gateman. Then the gatehouse was bombed. Then you left the gatehouse, you went to go and bomb the whole flat.
No, you wanted to renovate it. Don't forget.
Come on, listen. He himself showed his own level of impunity. So I don't think in this conversation we need to bring anything that has to do with rule of law. That court injunction was not duly served. That court injunction does not have the right to nominate the next speaker. In the court injunction, it was clearly stated that this person should be the next speaker. Constitutionally, in Rivers State, they have how many House of Assembly? State House of Assembly, I think it should be 32 or so. So all of a sudden, without a constitutional review, the court injunction said that 4 should be recognized. So that court injunction was flawed right from onset. And this is as a result of the state governors and the state citizens. See, democracy is simple, just as it is hard. We Nigerians are not yet intelligent to manage democracy. I don't know what is wrong with us. I don't even understand. I don't understand what is wrong with us. We don't understand how to manage democracy in this climate. Look at what is happening in Rivers State. Just because of this fracas, The job people, shameless job people are already carrying their flag. If Fubara does not retain his seat, we go bomb all the pipeline. Let me tell you, you know what deserves us? Aristocracy, autocracy, militaryocracy. That is what deserves us. That everybody sit in your house. We don't understand.
Everybody will sit tight.
See, we don't understand. See, we don't deserve them. We don't know how to use democracy. Why are the riverines? Why are the River State people? Why are they not right in front of the government house? Why are they not in Abuja? Why are they not in critical, department protesting? The River State people were rejoicing when they were bringing down the most important office for the citizen.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see our MC grammar.
The complex.
They were rejoicing when they were bringing down the House of Rep complex. They say, they forgot that is where they decide what happens, what affects them directly.
In the States.
They were rejoicing, thank God, thank God. Okay, now, your House of Reps, everybody knows scatter, fear. If you have an headache, is the solution cutting off the head? But they supported it. So, whatever happens in River State, they deserve what they get. The same thing happened in Ondo State, don't forget. In Ondo State, the Ondo people were just looking like mumu for over 6 months. Now no get governor, now no go protest until Showore. May God bless Showore. But it's so unfortunate that Showore is not liked. This life no balance. No balance. Until Showore went to Ondo State that we go to protest, we're going to call people out. Nigerians are just docile. They are not made. Nigerians are not made for democracy. We like to be controlled like zombies. You know when Abacha was here? Oh yeah, don't do this. Listen, in Nigeria today, if you tell them that the rule of law is don't throw nylon on the ground, you go see one mumu, you don't throw it back. Even if they provide all the basket. But in a democracy, in a military era, they know that if I do anything, they gun me down.
All right, we have a call on the line.
Okay.
Good morning to you. Daisy Chima.
Daisy.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Matthew. Good morning, Nee. I don't know if you can hear me well because the line is somehow glitching, But Mr. Matthew, first of all,
I can hear you clearly.
to the first topic, your first topic this morning, which about the Pope. My message this morning goes to all Christian faithfuls out there. Don't be deterred by whatever the Pope put on ground. The Pope is not Christ. The Pope is just a human being like me and you. No, if you live in diaspora, you will know that they have made a lot of mockery of Christianity over here. They are trying to give rooms to most sacrilegious acts and immoral acts in churches over here. Even in schools, they are trying as much as possible to bring in the LGBT laws into schools over here, to start teaching children and impacting them with the law of lesbianism and gay, and by the transsexual. But the fact is, we that are living here knows what the Christianity is about. We that have read our Bible and know what the Bible says concerning these facts. Whenever they come up with it, we withdraw our children from such, and we educate them in our houses that these things are bad. So the Pope is totally wrong by trying to accommodate the gay and the lesbians in Christianity. They have no room. Absolutely. The Bible made it clear, because in the Bible, this is exactly one of the reasons why Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. Marriage is all about a man and a woman. It's not about a man and a man or a woman and a woman. That one apart. Going further concerning what is playing out in the River State, Honestly, like I wrote in the comment section, yesterday's meeting is a total miscalculation from the part of Governor Fubara. At the end of the day, he will regret why he went to that meeting and signed such, I call it touch useless law, touch useless agreement. I mean, how can you go and sign such thing, putting a heavy burden on yourself at the long run, which you know that you are putting yourself in a tight corner? Like Niyi submitted this morning, Nigeria is not yet ripe for democracy, not even Nigeria. The black man, the continent of Africa is not yet ripe for democracy. And what we are practicing in Nigeria is not democracy. Like I rightly said some time ago, that what Nigeria is practicing is Yahutocracy. There's no democracy in Nigeria. First of all, what right has the president to interfere in such laws? The president has absolutely no right to interfere in this crisis. In democracy, the executive is totally separated from the legislative arm, and both of them should not interfere in each other's affair. The president would only give advice and go if he wants to give advice. The president is not the court to give orders that Governor Fubara should go back and reinstate the lawmakers that are their seats are vacant. The president has no right to tell Governor Fubara to go and reappoint the commissioners that willingly resign from their post. His rights are limited. He has no right of such. Fubara has only given Wike an opportunity to go and strategize and destroy him politically. At the end, he will regret this. Honestly, I don't see Fubara coming for the second term. That is it. And the man that just left before Mr. Matthew came on board. Honestly, some Nigerians have sold their mindset and their conscience for a pot of porridge. Honestly, that man made a total mess of himself by coming here to submit and say things that are not relevant. A court of competent jurisdiction in Rivers State has declared the current Speaker of the House of Assembly of Rivers State as the authentic Speaker. By so doing, every law, every act, every action she took is legitimate and valid because the court has declared him as the authentic Speaker. And in a democracy, we are being governed by Constitution. The Constitution made it clear that once you vacate your seat, you decamp from your party to another party. Automatically, you lose your seat. These guys have left their seat, and their seat has been declared vacant. In a normal and sane country with democracy, with a working democracy, what will they do? The INEC should be warming up on how to conduct a by-election in those places. And Tinubu has no right to tell the governor to go and restate them back in their different positions. Now, it's ready to move forward because we have some of us, our God bless you, Mr. this morning. God bless you.
All right, thank you, Dizzy Chima. That was a brilliant contribution from that man. Nini, you heard it all.
Okay, that was a very lengthy but heartfelt contribution from Udeze Chima. And you see, lack of direction, most especially from our governors, is why the president has to most times intervene. That's why the president has to intervene in, you see, this state fracas. We, as a matter of, as a nation that's trying to develop in our democracy, must understand that the president will take the blame if peradventure it doesn't intervene in any way. Okay, the president intervening is not right. But he has no choice because it seems the governor, cannot actually solve this thing on his own. And we know that the major interest in River State is the oil. We have some set of clowns, the Ijaw youths, saying that if Fubara is impeached, they will bomb the pipelines. And that will further, widen our insecurity.
We even learned that some members of the PDP went to meet the president to wade into the matter.
Yes. I'm aware that some PDP governors were actually calling for the intervention of the president. Listen, this is where we find ourselves. In a situation whereby you have state governors who are not up and doing. Look at what happened in Ondo State, for God's sake. It is constitutional for a governor, when you are incapacitated, relinquish the power to your deputy. But some cabals did not allow that to happen.
All right, Nii, before I let you go, are you in support of same-sex marriage? Pope Francis has blessed.
Well, my brother, you cannot be more Christian than the Pope. Can you? Not be the Pope bring Christianity to come Nigeria.
Are you in support of it?
Can you be more Christian than the Pope? Or can you be more Islamic, I mean, what do they call it, than the Imam in Mecca? Listen, Christianity is now a show of shame, unfortunately. I said something a few weeks ago. I said Khan is the most useless religious body you can ever have in Nigeria. Just a few days ago, some churches invited Portable, Pasuma, Spyro to come and perform.
Celestial Church of Christ.
No. Are you not aware?
Yes. He performed.
One church called Avestas invited, I think, Spyro, or I don't know. Now, they were selling tickets. This is the level. Now Udeze is calling us that, how is your own Christianity in Nigeria better than Pope that said that same sex is allowed? Religion does not in any way promote an economic advancement. I told you that revolution must start from the church. I said that. Until when we Nigerian youths don't listen to those useless pastors anymore. That day I brought a pamphlet, I told you that they said divine repositioning. That God will just magically take Naira from 1,001 to 200. Listen, until we begin to call those pastors out. There are so many pastors in Nigeria today that are worse than Pope. What has Pope said that nobody has said before? I bet I'm not going to leave Pope. You cannot be more Christian than the Pope. Can you go for 1 year celibacy, make stay with woman? Can you? I bet leave Pope alone. All his life, he has never slept with women.
Okay, all the way from Australia. Hope.
You understand?
That Nii is saying nonsense here.
No, listen. He's a religious.
This is a private chat.
He's a religious fanatic. When you allow religion to block your common objectivity, your sense of objectivity, you are finished. You are finished. Some people were praying for Nigeria that NEPA bring lights. Listen, some people are praying that Naira come down. Some people this December will go to one place on the 31st to 1st. They say that, God, that next year, I must do this. I must do that. No work. In Italy, today, the Pope has desecrated the body of Christ. Will that affect the economy of Italy?
Nii, on this, they can never argue with you. Still hope in Australia. I think it doesn't. What would I say? It's not.
Religion has. Listen, Nigeria here is worse. See how Nigeria practices Christianity and Muslim is worse than what the Pope said. The Pope has said nothing that is as worse as what our pastors are doing here. Our pastors here are doing worse than that. So, and we must tell ourselves the truth. Okay? We must tell ourselves the truth. In this country here, they have commercialized Christianity. They will collect one small shop. Now small shop, they go to find clients, they find customer. From there, they will turn to 2 shops, 3 shops. They rent a 3-bedroom flat. Listen, I beg you, let's
chance to talk. Raphael, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike.
MC Grandma, what happened? All right.
MC Drama, we are not here to do MC job. We are here to analyze, public affairs
We
or
wanted to speak
political
before
affairs.
you know.
Okay, after I speak, you will just come and speak. It's not by fighting.
All right.
So what's up, Mike?
All right, Raphael. Still on this matter, Pope Francis saying yes to same-sex couple.
Pope Francis is from Argentina. I could remember that his predecessor, Pope Benedict, said no to same-sex marriage, and the Catholics, the whole Catholic world, turned their back on same-sex marriage. And it happened that one of U.S. former presidents said it. Yeah, Donald Trump, he turned his back on same-sex marriage in America. Anything between man and man, I don't think it can augur well in the Christendom. There's no place in the Bible. Okay. There's no place in the Bible that God allow man to mate fellow man. And I want to give you the Bible mating. I want to give you a biblical reference to what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. It is the same issue of man having intimacy with fellow man that led to the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. So what I'm trying to say these days is that even the church is no longer respecting God. Are you listening to me? Since the inception of papacy, that is the time, what I mean by the papacy era was the era Pope was the head of the whole church and the whole politics in the world politics. That was the era of papacy. The highest thing you can hear from Pope in those days is meddling between priests and, maybe his wife, maybe they were quarreling to divorce. I've never read in history whereby Pope Philip from, I think, France, gave order in those days, many centuries back, that man should marry fellow man. So this is a new age idea.
Well,
I think understand.
You'll be shocked to know that some few Nigerians are happy about the Pope comment. We have a lot of homosexuals in Nigeria. That is a fact.
Olatunji, it is a very, very plain fact. What you just said now is playing out already in Lagos. Because there are many churches in Lagos State that you have only men there. I'm telling you, there are Alagbado Church. Not only men putting on clothes, naked. I read about it. If you enter such church, according to the writer, you will be hearing all manner of what? Human stenches. Order. Because they are naked. They allow only men. And they don't cover anything. And listen to me. Olatunji, I'm aware of the fact that we have many men, mating men in Nigeria. But where we've not taken it too far is that we still respect the body of Christ in Nigeria. We don't go contrary to what God says in the Bible. So what I'm trying to say is that I don't know the kind of forces, I don't know the kind of spirit that has possessed Pope Francis. It's a disgrace to the papacy. The papacy, the headquarters of the papacy is in Vatican, Rome. Yes, that's the headquarters of papacy. It saddens my heart that Catholic as a church, universal church, that will be profiling solution to the world's problem, is complicating it. It's making it worse.
Anyone caught doing same-sex marriage should be arrested and sent to jail
in Nigeria. That is true. That's true. Odunlade said the truth. If they arrest you in Nigeria having sex with fellow man, I think judiciary has their role to play because it has been reenacted in the House. I didn't understand. That was when Obama went to Zimbabwe and confronted Zimbabwe strongman, the former president, Robert Mugabe, on same-sex marriage. Mugabe replied, "Let me marry you first, you and I. If I could impregnate you, then we start. I think understand. So, if anybody gets caught having an affair with fellow man in Nigeria, that person will go to jail, as Odunlade said.
Do you see the government of Nigeria?
Nigerian government can do it. Listen, Tinubu will turn his back on that kind of dirty act.
Wow.
Because I've never heard in a rumor that Tinubu is one. I'm telling you the truth. The lawmakers, they will allow the law, justice, stretch arm, long arm of justice or law to catch up with the culpable. The culpable, such culpable, they should go in for it. It is un-African. It is against tradition of the land. I don't know whether you understand where I'm going. So that's why I'm frowning at what the current Pope is doing or saying. Why are you allowing what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah? That's aggravated what? Oh my God.
Now, there is
heaven raining sulfur on that city. Hope and that city was burned to ashes.
Hope is saying something here.
Pope.
Hope.
Okay, Hope.
In Australia.
Okay, Hope, Yamo.
If we call ourselves Christians, then we are called to repentance.
Yes.
Give our lives and follow Jesus Christ.
Simple.
You are either a Christian
or you're a pagan or you are not.
He said the man is a clueless person.
Thank you so much.
And he has shown it over and over.
You see what Engineer Hope said is quite outright, outstandingly outright, and definitely should be imbibed in the Christendom or within the Christendom, because the Catholics themselves did not separate themselves from Christ Jesus. Likewise, the one that separated from Catholic, as well as the one that separated from Catholic world, I mean the Anglican, from where the Pentecostal churches come out from. I think, let me tell you, anybody that supports same-sex marriage is not a Christian.
Right,
and that person is not following the Bible references, what the Bible taught in the present and what the Bible taught in the old. The Bible is teaching us that you should marry a woman and become one with him for procreation to take place. Without marrying a woman, I don't see the reason why we should be here. It is because my dad married my mother. So had it been my dad married a man, I don't think I would be here today.
Now, Raphael, moving on to another one.
Okay.
Not out of school children population time bomb, says federal government. Now, on this paper, we have 680,000 in Kaduna. That's out of school children. We have over 500,000 in Gobe. And I'm saying this, I'm throwing it to you, that don't you think this this is where we get it wrong?
Okay.
In the country? And
no.
These have brought about insecurity in the northern part of the country.
Of the country, let me tell you, it's a menace that has been encroaching across Nigeria in the recent time. It started 2015 when a clueless president took over from Jonathan. Very, very clueless about education. After taking over from Jonathan, this man made Adamu education minister. Have you not known him? Adamu that has nothing to do with Western education. Adamu that only went to Arabic University took over as a minister of education. And you know what thrown our education sector into that kind of realm was because Adamu has no formal education. And it lingered on and on and on. Buhari could not do anything about it. There was a workshop they held in Abuja, I think, 1 month like that. I think we debated it here. That then we are providing solution on how to deal with education, how to make Nigeria an education, embodiment, education and embodiment in Nigeria. Do you know what Adamu did? As people were complaining, universities were complaining, I think it was during this ASU strike of 18, because federal government turned their back on education that particular time. Do you know what Adamu did? He stood up in front of the gentlemen of the press, the schools, universities, students' union, government agencies. He stood up and churned everybody and walked out on everybody. My brother, it is not only insecurity that is causing such rubbish in the north. It is because of the wickedness of the northern elites who minded only Arabic education, only religion, used building all manner of mosques across northern Nigeria. And there was a time that the emir of Kano was making his speech, he was trying to implore all the northern elites. He was imploring them to pay educational attention, much attention, less to religion. Because religion cannot lead you to anywhere. Religion is man-made. Religion is not of God. These people, they frown at Sanusi. In conjunction with Ganduje, Mike, Sanusi was deposed. He was basically, arguing on education. Okay, let me tell you, that number you are quoting, it is more than that. No, I'm telling you the truth. The number you are quoting out of school children is more than that. They are numbering in their millions. Yes. Almajiri School was built by a university don that ruled Nigeria from Yaradua era till 2015. A university don.
Just to make sure that this people...
His name is Jonathan. He built Almajiri School across the northern region. My brother, today, some of them were converted to mosque. Some of them were just converted to event center, and some are overgrown by what? Bushes, grasses, thorns, and climbers. Today, those Almajiri schools, they're over 1,000 in number. Do you know what's going on today? If you visit those schools, it's a dilapidated facilities today, overrun by all manners of rodents, rats, rabbits, snakes. Because what? The northern elites, all they know is Muhammad, Allah, Jihad, Boko Haram. See, let me tell you, the northerners, the northern elites, they need to emulate somebody. They need to listen to Sanusi. They need to listen to Mohammed Dati. Mohammed Dati is Obi's deputy. They need to listen to this man. They should turn their back to all their alphas, imam.
Serious one.
Yeah, on the streets.
Okay? Religion has gone long way to destroy many destinies in northern Nigeria. Religion, man-made idea.
Some of them are not
something that Mohammed, something that what's the name of this man? Ottoman Danfodio told you. If you are not a Mohammedan, you are not going to heaven. You are not going to meet those 750,000 virgins to marry. If Ottoman Danfodio no tell you, okay, this is the level black man has gone to misunderstand God. God is God. God is for everybody. Develop a good relationship with God. You become a man of God.
I don't think God is religious.
God is never ever religious. That's why Jesus himself came down from heaven and meet you and I. That is the meaning of Christianity. Christianity is not a religion. I can argue it from here to Australia. It's not a religion. Religion is man-made. Paganism is religion. Hinduism is a religion. Islam is a religion now. That's why they will cut your neck if you don't join them. Discovered by one Muhammad from Axis of Sudan or Saudi Arabia, forcing people into Islam by force.
Panafro is saying that God and Jesus never created or mentioned religion.
I'm telling you,
God never mentioned religion.
God never mentioned religion. Jesus Christ came in the likeness of man, and Bible says he's God. We should have adhered to his teachings. Jesus did not tell us to, oh my God, if you did not barb your hair, you will not enter church. If you did not wear white, you will not enter. It's a lie. Go as you could. If you did not come with $200, you can't go that church. You're not lie. Go with 1 penny. You suffer for that 1 penny. Sow it there. God is going to bless you. We are being religious in this part of the world. I'm telling you, we Southern Nigerians, we are religious too. Because we have formed the idea of every Sunday you change clothes. If you don't change clothes, you won't go. Ask me why. Immediately you pass the door, they will be looking at you. Oh, this was the shoe you wore last week. Nah, this brother, who don't hold you. I don't know what I understand. It's religiousness. We are too religion inclined. Pray to God, do what God does, give to your neighbor, give alms to the poor, live in unity with everybody.
All right, Papa, thank you.
See, let me tell you, religion has gone a long way to destroy Nigeria, which is why you've seen how hard APC has fought to make sure that Muslim ticket works. Today, I don't know where it has taken us to. whether we are gaining out of this or we are losing.
All right.
I leave it for them to tell the world.
All right.
Just few minutes. Good morning.
Somebody there as well. Okay. All right, quickly.
Fine, sir.
Okay. Want to talk about the same-sex marriage or the River State crisis before we go? We have a few minutes.
It's actually a shame to Christianity, and mostly coming out from one of the most prominent man, as in one of the prominent religious man that we know, Pope Francis. I think he's from Argentina, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's a shame and a slap to Christianity that such thing is coming to one of the most respected man in the world. You see, sometimes, we need to differ ourselves from what Christianity and religion is all about, because most of these people, I'm not surprised with whatever that is going on now, because even God have said end time. This is end time. We keep on hearing different stories or the other, but it's actually a disgrace to Christendom coming to a man who is one of the most respected man that is on this planet. Pope Francis saying that man is allowed to marry man, I think it's a very, very big slap to Christianity. Not only here, but in the entire world, because you cannot. Let's not forget the fact that this is almost the something that brought down the people of Israelites when they were brought out from Egypt, and they were in the wilderness. At the point, this guy went to Mount Sinai to collect what's the name, one of the commandments, and before he could come back, they were there having sex with each other, and it was quite, it beats the imagination of Moses himself. So it's a slap to, Christendom that somebody like Pope is actually saying something like this, because nobody expected such thing from him. These are people that are even supposed to be bringing us closer to God himself. But look at what they are doing just to destroy the sanity of religious aspects in the world. So it's a shame to most of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's quickly go. Is there anything you want to say before I go, please? All right.
Morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm fine. It's been a very long time. My name is Mr. Rilwan.
Okay.
So,
You want to make a contribution?
yes.
Okay, what you want to talk about? You have a few minutes to go.
Now let me quote Jesus. Jesus said,
Okay.
"You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." You know that people are the problem of themselves in terms of these out of school children.
Okay.
Mr. Goodluck Jonathan built schools for them. Do you remember? Did they put their children in school? No. Instead, they conspire against him and kicked him out. Now they are reaping the fruits. Okay, you can't plant a cassava and reap a cocoyam. No. So what they've planted is what they are reaping. On the Pope blessing same-sex marriage, what I want to say is this: that every religion that is indigenous to their people, they are going to practice it better than the other people. Now these are white people, these are European people. To them, same-sex, they see it as normal. But you can't convince me, a Yoruba man, a Christian in Nigeria, say I should marry a fellow man. That is not indigenous to my own culture. What is indigenous to them there? Now, are you telling me Catholic in Nigeria, in Yoruba land, in Igbo land, we bless same-sex marriage? No. Would they listen to the Pope? No. For example, the Anglican in UK, they started blessing same-sex marriage. The Anglican in Nigeria, they separated from them. That's what's going to happen in relation to this Pope blessing of same-sex marriage. Okay. It is not part of our culture. It is not acceptable, and we Africans, especially Nigerians, we are not going to accept it. They can practice it here. That's part of their own culture. Now, religion. Okay. God bless you.
Thank you.
Yes, move.
Yes, by God's grace. You can drop your contact with that guy. All right.
Okay.
MC Grammar, please, we need to go. Just a few words. I still need to attend it to go say few, please, briefly.
All right. Good morning, everybody. My name is Asegrama, like you all know. All right. The other time I just heard you talking about Wike and Fubara.
Okay.
And I seem to be interested in that area because I don't want to talk much. I just want to talk a little today. Please, I want to say this to Nigerians. Number one thing is that Fubara is not too intelligent. That's how I see him as. Because if Fubara is intelligent, I don't think he would have danced to the tune of Wike. Knowing fully well that the president you want to go and meet, he happens to be a godfather to Wike. So there's no need of that meeting. So if Fubara wants to claim that you are what you are not supposed to go and meet even the president in the first place with Peter Odile. I'm so much disappointed in the sense that Peter Odile went for that meeting because you don't need anybody to tell you who Tinubu is. You would have known that Tinubu is who he is. And so definitely you wouldn't have gone to meet Tinubu. So what I want to say is that this, please. Tinubu has said what he wants to say. Fubara, they have agreed to the terms. And you know why Fubara agreed? Fubara is already afraid of losing his seat because he's perceiving that he could lose the seat. And so some people should not blame Fubara again sometimes because he's already perceiving that he could lose the seat. So he doesn't want to lose the seat. And so the only way to do is he had a meeting with Odile, I guess so. So they discussed that the only thing is to reconcile with the Wike. And that's exactly what he, as a person, before the president called their meeting. And then they fought, let's just punish and reconcile. But though a lot of people are criticizing them, even me, I'm criticizing them too. But I know one thing, don't forget that Nigerians are hungry. They always want to protect their job. Thank you very much. I remain MC Ghana.
Mr. Ben.
All right, Mr. Ben, thank you very much. I want to say this, Mr. Ben, if you're watching this morning, this is MC Grammar. I want to say thank you for what you just did. Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Chigozie, briefly before we go.
Yeah, good morning.
How you doing?
Fine, good.
Uchi,
Yes,
how you doing?
fine.
All right, same-sex marriage. Are you for it or against it?
Well, by my profession and belief, it is not tenable as for the Christians. And no responsible person will want to subscribe to that. Because even the Bible, which happens to be the oldest book in the world, said in the beginning it was not so. It was as a result of perversions on the part of man that led to that. The Bible said that he gave them to their own desires and distortion. So it's because of the level of perversion, impunity that is building up. Of course, that is why men, of course, of ungodly begin to adopt and embrace such issues or such acts that is against God the Creator, that is against humanity. God created them male and female and asked them to go and replenish the earth. So he didn't, if there is need for a male to meet a male, God wouldn't have created a female in the first instance. So it's a deviation from the natural order. And that attracts God's wrath and punishment against humanity. That's why the world, of course, is tilting towards destruction.
All right, thank you so much.
I'm calling for that Fubara issue. You know, Fubara and Wike are just birds of a feather. Fubara happens to be a lesser thief, trying to get more room to thief more. So he was an accountant to Wike. So all the money of the rivers people, they are just fighting for the soul of the river people to control the economy. He aided Wike in stealing the public funds in rivers, emptying rivers treasury. So I don't pity Fubara. If in a sense society, the likes of Fubara and Wike wouldn't have been, something to contemplate, even calling for a governorship position. So they are misfits to the society, and if they decide to kill themselves, for the people to be delivered. But unfortunately, that is not the case. The party government will not allow, of course, the truth to surface. It is neither Wike nor Fubara. But unfortunately, the people's mandate has been stolen. And that should be the major concern of the masses, not being distracted by these two established rogues.
All right, before you go, I believe Mr. O is watching. He will ask questions yesterday, but he's presently with us. He's also watching the program.
Okay, okay. Thank you so
All right,
much.
thank you. You understand? All right, on this note, I say goodbye to you on today's edition of this program. Join me next time on the same platform. Michael Adekunle is my name. You can see our social media handles on the screen. You can also subscribe to our sister channel, Flip TV Plus. Subscribe on Flip TV as well. You can join me on Facebook at Michael Adekunle, Instagram Michael Adekunle, TikTok Mike Flip TV. Thank you so much, viewers. Bye.